bitch, I'm back.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it.
What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Riches, Season 1, Episode 1. Y'all, this show has brought me back to YouTube, okay? Brought me back from the dead, all right? I've been out of this place for a few weeks trying to get my bearings back into life, and, you know, normal life. And I still have more gigs and more things that's coming up. If you at the end of the video, I'll talk about all the things I have going on, okay? But I want to say this show is called Riches. It's a show. It's a British-based show. Most of the actors are British. A few are American, or at least have American accents. I don't know if they're actually American. But this show is on Amazon Prime. It's a Prime original, and baby, it's giving. It's giving. It reminds me a lot of Our Kind of People, but done in a better way. But the basic structure of the show is very similar. Okay. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we start off the episode with the dad, the father, Steven. He's basically telling the story, you know, about his life and the business and everything. He's doing it for an interview. And so when he talking to the guy like wonders why he hasn't done an interview or why they're just not getting together for an interview. And he was like, I don't know why. I mean, this is the British success story, you know, somebody who came from nothing and was able to build this big company homegrown. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't? Why? I could figure out a reason why. Okay. And the whole boy was sitting up there looking stupid. The reporter inquires about his first children. Okay, Nina and Simone. They name dropped that. This is before the intro, y'all, of the first show. Okay, already got straight to the business. Okay, and he basically like dodges the question and is just like, okay, you got any more other questions? So next we see Nina. She's at work. She's getting all these accolades because she just sealed a merchandising deal. So that let us know that she's working in the industry, the sales industry, or the industry, you know, where you selling merchandise, clearly. So she's getting all these accolades. Her boss is telling her, listen, that vice president is going to be president real soon. You're doing a great job. You deserve it. She's a very boss young lady. Okay. She's sitting at the bar later and she gets a call. And so she gets up and takes the call. She goes outside and we realize that it's Steven calling her. Now he's telling her, you know, I really need to talk to you about something. You know, I think somebody is trying to take the company. Somebody's trying to hurt me. But she's basically just like, I don't have time for this. I'm not going to do this. Don't ever call this number again. Right? So you know immediately that her and her dad do not have a relationship. They are not cool with each other. She is not okay with whatever their situation is. Friend comes out to check on her, and they're really close friends because this girl is pregnant and she's going to be the child's godmother. And you know, earlier she saw a guy in the bar and she was flirting with him, so you get the idea that Nina kind of disposes of these men. She has sex with them, she disposes of them because she says she ain't trying to get married, girl. She's just trying to get a little boom boom boom, a little zoom zoom zoom, you know what I'm saying? Somebody come over and come through, you know what I'm saying? Rotate them tires a little bit, you feel me? Then we see Steven again. He's sad. He's in his office after he got off the phone with this girl. We see him walking around his office, looking at things, contemplating probably his life. And then he starts to have, I think, something like a heart attack, or he kind of, you know, goes into this attack. He falls out. And then we see this woman. She getting her back massage and everything. And she gets a phone call. So I'm like, okay, who is this? I almost thought it was Nina for a second, but it wasn't. We see some guys in the club. They having a good time interacting with the waitress, spending all this boy money. His name is Gus, and he is the son of Steven. You can tell that his friends just, you know, mooch off of him, spend all his money because they ordering bottles and all type of stuff. And he just having a good time, not thinking about it as well, okay? He also gets a call from a person named Wanda. Wanda is another child of this guy, Steven. Tells him that dad has collapsed and he's at the hospital, and so Gus runs out of the club to go to his father. We also see another girl who is one of the kids. I got her name a little later on down the line, but she's doing like a makeup video just like I'm doing right now. She's sitting up there making a YouTube video. At the hospital we see Wanda. Wanda is demanding what's going on. So Wanda is the sister who thinks she everybody's mama. Okay, that's who she is. They put her out basically so she can just look and see him in the room or whatever, but they say they doing everything that they can. So we also see Miss Girl show up, the one who was getting the back rub, and child, we realize this is his wife. So his wife is getting back shots from somebody else when her husband laid up in the hospital. Girl, make it make sense. But I'm pretty sure that husband, you know what I'm saying, was doing his thing, you know. So the doc says he's going to be back. He promises he'll be right back, but they're doing the best that they can for him. So you get the feeling that, this man is on his last moments with us in this realm. You understand? Gus is on his way there, and I don't know if he was speeding or not, but he gets pulled over by the police, and this in turn makes him miss the death of his father, because the police, in true police fashion, they wasn't nothing wrong. He wasn't drunk or anything, but they saw that he has a very nice vehicle, and they wanted to run the registration. So apparently this happens to Gus a lot. So he tells him that his father's in the hospital and he needs to go, and the man don't even care. He's like, I'm sorry, are you ignoring the directions of an officer? Because basically he looking for a reason to take you to jail, right? So the paramedics work on Steven, and like I said, Gus arrives right after he passes away. Claudia, that's the mom's name, is sitting in the hallway, and he comforts her. I don't know if he was hugging her or his sister, but he was comforting somebody. So then we see Simon, and Simon is working on this woman's hair. So Simon is gay. So that's the number one thing that I don't think gonna sit well maybe with Daddy. You know what I'm saying? But Simon is most definitely gay, and he's definitely a hairstylist, and he's absolutely fabulous. Okay? So he got a text. He got the text. And then we see Nina screwing the guy from the bar. And so when Nina gets the text, she put him out. The dude is like, hey, what the hell? Like, you want me to leave? And she like, yeah, it's been great. It's been real. Okay. It's been fun. Thank you. I've enjoyed you. Okay. A man told me that one time. And I promise you, I sound like, you said that like I was a peach cobbler. Okay. She said, I enjoyed you. Now I have you an Uber. Okay. Go ahead and gather your things, sir. And I need you to go ahead and exit the premises. And he like, what the She's like, bedtime and sleeping together is very intimate, sir, and I don't think that we're on that level. So I'm going to need for you to go ahead and leave. He's pissed off, and as he's leaving, her brother is coming in. And so, he was like, who the hell is this? And he going to have a story for his homeboys, honey, because they had a time, honey. They had a time. Simon arrives. He tells her the news about their father being dead. And she straight brushed it off like, child, I don't even know why you came over here. You could have saved that for like tomorrow or nothing. You ain't had to come over here in the middle of the night. And he's like, oh, girl, I know you care. That's your father or whatever. And she was like, he hasn't been my father. He's a sperm donor. And he suggested they go to the funeral because they need some closure. So you get the feeling that this father has done something really terrible to this family. They don't talk to him. They haven't talked to him in years. And y'all know that's just not something we do. Now, these people, they be doing it. Okay, they'll be like, I haven't talked to my mom in 10 years. 10 years? If I don't call my mama every day or every other day, she calling me to cuss me out. Okay? Let me not talk to my mama for 2 days for the weekend. On Monday, she be like, call your mother. So, we don't be doing it. So we did it. Baby, he did something. He deserved it. You understand? Like, we have to tell mother, and they go to tell the mama, and mama is pissed off. So we see what's happening with this whole situation. At this point, you ain't even got to know what's happening to happen. He abandoned the family. He abandoned them, and they had to leave and go to America. Now, this whole conversation is going on, and Nina is kind of quiet because she doesn't want to upset her mother, but she does, want to go. My mom is pissed. Mama say, go. Y'all go over there and see that hoe. That hoe he chose over me. Go. In London. They in London? They in London, which is a part of Great Britain, right? Am I tripping? Do I know? Okay. Anyway, the siblings are arguing with each other, and mama stopped them, and she hollered at everybody, and she says, we're going to celebrate Steven's life. That's what we're going to do. Period. Okay? So cut out all this damn hollering. Gus, you the man of the family now. I want to know what Gus' whole name is, but Gus, you is the man of the family now. You is going to run the business, okay? Now, Andre, or I think his name is Andre, he comes in with some paperwork to sign, okay? And mama just shoo him off. Claudia shoo him off. The lawyer, his name is Gideon, he texts Nina and Simone about their arrival. Now we at the funeral. So I thought that they was coming to the funeral, so it threw me off when the funeral was happening and Nina and Simon were not there, right? So, but that gets explained later. So a funeral, R.I.P., rest in heaven, Steve. Rest in peace. Nina and Simone arrive. Why do I keep calling this boy Simone? Nina and Simon arrive, and they realized that the mama had changed the funeral time. The mama changed the funeral time, y'all, so that they missed the whole damn funeral. I said, oh, this bitch is evil. I don't like this hoe already, baby. Claudia is evil and disrespectful, and I want to fight her. Let's just fight on episode 1, okay? So they done already missed the whole funeral, child. And then we hop back over to the repast. Now, at the repast, if y'all know anything about aunties or African aunties, okay, they gonna be messy. They gonna gossip. They gonna have a little something to say. Hell, not just African aunties, African American aunties too, okay? They gonna gossip and they gonna talk noise. And baby, when they was sitting there talking about, look at that hoe about to spend all his money. The man ain't even cold in the ground. And this over here drinking all the champizzle, okay? I was like, where's the lie, sis? Where's the lie? Because I need to join y'all on the couch because it wasn't a lie told. We find out that Gideon is the executor of the will. So they're going to have the funeral and they're going to have the will reading in the same day, baby. They was trying to get to the money, okay? Immediately. So at the airport, Nina is pissed off now because now they playing. Now you playing. You knew I was coming to the funeral. I came all the way out here to go to the funeral, and now you're going to change the time of the funeral? And so they was just about to turn around and go back home. But baby, something had just lit up in her spirit, and she said, no, sis, I'm going to stay. Back at the ranch, Gus is talking to Alessa. That was the makeup girl, I think. And he just saying he feels like he let his father down, different things like that. You know how you go through your little child guilt. And she just says, Gus, it's your business now. Do your thing. It's something that you can make into, yours, your own. So then we see, what's her name? Martha. Child, whatever her name is, the sister mama. Sister mama was yelling at everybody, okay? She yelling at everybody, all the people to get stuff together. You can tell she just stressed, and this is probably how she grieves or whatever. She tells them that Claudia's is mad because basically, Nina and Simon are coming. And her sister says, well, they won't show up. They didn't come to the funeral. Like, you can tell that these kids have been socialized and raised to hate these two people. Who knows what stories they mama and daddy done told them about these two people because they keep referring to them as strangers. Like, that's not your brother and your sister. Like, cut it out. Okay? That's your half brother and your half sister, if anything. Okay? But we don't even say half. We just say that's your brother and your sister. But okay, they not strangers, y'all. Y'all need to cut that out. Now we at the real reading, okay? So, Nina and Simone, because it's Nina Simone, y'all. That's why I keep... Nina and Simon arrive right on time. As they get there, we can tell that Claudia is flustered, okay, when they walk in and have a seat. So the funeral, what am I trying to say? The will reading is a video. Y'all remember the 90s when everybody was doing their video wills? It just threw me back a little bit. So he tells them, Maureen, he gets to give her 1 million pounds. I forgot who Maureen was. Sister and brother, they gonna give him 500,000 pounds. Maybe Maureen was the secretary. And he gave her $1 million. He gave his sister and brother 500,000 pounds, not dollars, pounds. Claudia, he gave her the house and he gave her appropriate income, which is $20,000 a month or 20,000 pounds a month. Okay. If somebody knows how to convert that, you know what that is in dollars, please let us know in the comments. Because I know the pound and the dollar is like right here neck and neck with each other. Sometimes the pound is worth more than a dollar. So we'll see. He left his kids $30 million that can be split between all of them. And I want to say is Martha, whatever her name is, Marsha, Gus, Alessa, and it was one other one, wasn't it? It was just them three? Oh, it was another one. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, but either they're going to get 10 million or a little bit less than 10 million a piece. They got to split it evenly, okay? And so they're going to be in a trust. The money is going to be in a trust till they're 40 years old, baby. So you can tell these people are in their 20s. So he said, hopefully unburdened by the money, that you will find meaningful things to do with your lives. So basically, y'all ain't going to have my money till you make 40 years old. So you better make something shake. Is that's what he's saying, okay? So, and I don't necessarily disagree with none of this because, hell, if you got millions of billions of dollars, what's the way? You can wait till you're 40 years old. You can get a career and have a nice job for 10 or 15 years and then come into a whole bunch of money. Like, if that was his wishes, I don't really see nothing wrong with it, do y'all? I mean, it is a way to hold shit over their head, but it's also a way to light a fire up under their ass. So, I mean, hold over the head or up under the ass. Either way, something gonna get done. So then he gives the company all of his shares to Nina and Simon. Everybody like, what the is going on? Claudia starts slanging fruit across the table. Baby, she started kicking and screaming and hollering and throwing a damn fit, okay? She kicked everybody out the room, and then she threatened Nina and tell her that, little girl, you haven't won. I'm going to take you to court and I'm going to get what's mine. I'm not your mama. I'm not finna take this, or something she said. I'm not your mama. I'm not finna take this laying down, or something she said. And Nina was like, say it again. Baby, Nina said more than I would say, because, baby, I would have took some of that banana she slung across the table and slung that bitch across her head. Because, girl, you had us messed up. Okay? She said, say it again.
Say it again, ho.
Claudia ain't say nothing. And they was like, okay, you ain't about that. You ain't about it. You ain't about it. Okay? And she leaves. Nina and Simon discuss the fallout. They laugh at everything that happened. You know, it serves her right for all the stuff she put up with her daddy, and he still screwed her over in death. So you said that Stephen was a mother, because even in the will, he was like, I mean, you know, I did some fucked up stuff, you know what I'm saying, but it is what it is. I was like, Stephen, you ignorant. So they're talking about the company, and Nina says that Claudia is a thief. Basically, the company was her mother's idea, and Stephen and Claudia stole it from her. Brother Simon is like, why do you think that he did it? Why do you think he gave us the company? She says, I don't know. He just getting us into more trouble. Like, this is finna be some trouble. And with all the taxes, you know, converting, because she live in America. So converting a business and tax wise and all of that stuff from another country all the way to America is like a hassle. She says, it's just going to be too much. I'm just going to give up the company, child. I don't want this shit. They can have it. Okay. And he was like, okay, whatever you decide is fine with me. Like, I'm good. You know, whatever you decide, I'm good with. They have another giggle about how them kids, it's gonna be fun to see them kids run any damn thing, because they finna run this company straight to the damn ground. We see Claudia and the clan, right? They're discussing the fallout as well, and she says, why is this going on? Why would he do this? You know, just kind of going through the things. No, it's Gideon, and the will is fake, and everything is fake. And then Gus lets them know the houses are owned by the company, and Nina and Simon own everything now. Okay, so they all live in condos that are paid for by that company. And so you know, Claudia is looking at Martha or Marsha, whatever her name. What is that lady name, child? What is her name? Marsha. I'm gonna get it right, but whatever her name is, she's looking at her like, you think you're gonna be able to stay in your little apartment, girl, your little apartment? Okay, you think they're gonna let you? Now, I don't think necessarily that Nina and Simon are evil, because the kids didn't necessarily do nothing but be born, right? And be raised in this type of atmosphere where you hate them. You don't even know them. You know what I'm saying? Now, they hold their mama, but okay. But them kids, I don't think that Nina and them will put them out necessarily on episode 1, let's just say. He says, mama say we at war. And anything we need to do to get it back, bitch, we gonna do whatever we got to do to get our shit back, okay? Alexa, play Ty Trippin'. I want my stuff back. Give me my stuff, okay? So then we see Nina and Gideon. They're having a meeting and talking about just what she said she wanted to talk about, which was getting rid of the company because of the taxes and everything that had to do with it, right? She live in America, blah, blah, blah. He's kind of encouraging her to kind of keep the business, because he said, there's a reason your father gave you this business, right? He knows, he trusts you. He looked after you. He followed you. He saw your career. He felt like you was capable in every way to run this company. She's like, I'm not getting sucked into this. And then Gideon says, Claudia has an inside man in the business, and I just feel like they're going to ruin the business. They're going to, the business is going to go down. Now, later on, we find out the inside man that works there. I don't know if the nigga is secretary or personal assistant, because he be sitting in the front office. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what is his job? But apparently, that is the guy that was screwing her, that was blowing her back out, okay? Okay, he was blowing her back out. That's her inside man, okay? So Claudia marches up in the office to her inside man. I don't know his name yet. She goes off on him. You were supposed to tell me the whole reason you here and I got Gideon out of this job is so that you can tell me what was going on. Now the guy is telling her, hey, listen, this will look good. It looked like it can't be challenged. It looks like super legit. They had witnesses. They did everything they were supposed to do, right? And she says, listen, I ain't put up with all this BS for all of these years to get nothing. This company is mine, and goddamn it, whatever you got to do, I don't know if Gideon was tripping, whatever you got to make up, whatever lie you got to tell, baby, I want my shit back. Okay, and that's on period, bitch. And you better get it back, because you think if that girl running this company, you gonna be sitting your ass up in this seat. She gonna get rid of your ass too. So what you need to do is figure out how we gonna get this hoe up out of here. Then we see Gus at the club looking sad, looking forlorn. Now he's melancholy and, contemplating his life. The dude is running up the tab again, talking about get another bottle. And he goes over to the waitress and he tells her, listen, just close my tab. She gives him condolences and they have a little chit chat for a second. I'm guessing or assuming that this might be the love interest for him. I kind of like Gus as a character. He seems pretty unassuming, doesn't really know his place in life. So he can't be evil yet. You know what I mean? Because you don't even know what's going on. This is the first episode though. So, I could be completely wrong. We'll see. So Nina cannot sleep. She wakes up, she looks at her phone and in a picture and remembers the time when her and her mama was in the beauty supply walking around and the guy was following them, looking at them, and mama confronts them and say, hey, we're not stealing nothing. Like, why are you following us? And he's like, I'm not following. And he turns around and basically walks away because he's like, stop yelling at me, I'm gonna call the police. Like, sir, you following me. But then he turns around and walks away. So she bends down and tells her, look, people always gonna look at us crazy. People always gonna look at us, and try to step on our neck. Basically, black people, brown people gonna perpetuate it. Like, you cannot let people you know what I'm saying? You can't let people beat you. You can't let people win over you, like in your heart, in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because they always gonna try to bump you down, but don't let that get into your head. And so the family is talking again. And they're basically talking about how Nina and Simon are going to get back on the plane to go to New York back at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. They're going back home. So, they all happy about it. And then we see Nina visiting the hair store. It's like an office. She coming to the meeting. It's like a hair store, but it's just the products that they sell, looking like it's in a beauty. It looks like a beauty supply, but it's it's just the product they have. So she walking around the office and she goes in for a meeting because she's going to sign the paper over to them so they can have the company, right? So they started Claudia with that shit. Claudia can't keep her damn mouth shut. So that's her problem. So they go in there, they start, like she's going to sign the paperwork and everything. She says something about the business that her dad founded. This is what Claudia does. And Nina looks up and is like, my mama founded this business. Okay. And you and him stole it from her. And Claudia says, well, you just like your mama. Your mama couldn't keep her money or her man. Why you say that, hoe? I'd have beat that bitch ass right in that damn office, girl. Because Claudia got a smart ass mouth, honey. And because she said that, Nina did what she was supposed to do. What I should have did other than beat her ass. Because y'all ain't see me. I beat that bitch ass off the camera. Okay, but on the movie, they edited that out. Okay, so they left her part in there. In that part, I ain't signing shit, bitch. Now, since you want to run your mouth, I ain't signing nothing. And she gets up and leave. Everybody pissed. Claudia mad. She talking about fix it. Everybody mad at her. Talking about, girl, you all you had to do was shut up and let her sign the papers. And hear your ass go running your mouth. Whole boy said all you had to do was shut up. And then Gus turn around and check him. But Gus don't know that he and your mama. That's why he feel like he could talk to your mama like that. Because they screwing each other. But Gus ain't tell no lies. Not a lie was told. Okay, Gus told your ass the truth, bitch. All you had to do was shut up and you could have had the company. Wanda and her husband are sitting on the couch just contemplating what has happened. And they done turned the shit around talking about this what your daddy wanted you to do. He wanted you to fight for the company. What the? Your daddy? So he girl. Okay, Wanda. Lil Sis is doing another video with makeup. She's kind of detached, you can tell from this mess. And then you have a Gus and the police. Now that's what I'm saying. I kind of like Gus. I feel bad for him because Gus is once again being stopped by the police, getting his registration ran. I don't know if it's the same police officer or another police officer because all of them look the damn same. The man standing up there grinning like you finna take somebody to jail. Talking about nice card. But then we see Simon and Nina. They discuss the fallout of this thing once again. He was like, damn girl, you dropped the grenade on everybody. And she just kind of sits down and say, something about this don't feel right. This is weird. Why would he ask me to run this company? I talked to him in, however many years, 20 years. And then we get a flashback. When he called her, he said somebody was trying to hurt him and somebody was trying to hurt the company. And that's when she tells him, don't call me back no more on this number. And she says, she wants to stay. He like, you want to stay, huh? She like, yeah, I want to stay. I want to find out what happened. I want to find out what's going on. Now, that's the part of the show that reminds me of our kind of people. The whole, this is my father, what happened. Hers was her mother, but his is his father. You know, hers is the father. So I want to go. I want to see why he's dead. What happened to him? You know what I'm saying? What's the whole thing? If somebody was trying to kill him, did somebody poison him? Like, what's going on? So she has decided to stay in London and figure out what's going on. Okay. Another thing I forgot to mention is when she was talking to Gideon earlier, she tells us that the father left them. The father came home one day and said, I got a new family and I got a baby on the way. So y'all got to get leave. And he abandoned them. And since he abandoned them, he had not talked to them. The mama said they had to sleep at the sister house and, you know, here, there, and everywhere, basically to get themselves on their feet in America. And, you know, both of them have turned out to be very good, you know, very successful, I would say, in their respective careers. So overall, I thought this show was good. The second episode is up, but I have a rehearsal, so I could not watch the second episode. But I will get it to y'all as soon as possible, and hopefully we can keep this going, okay? I told y'all I wasn't going to come back until I had something to come back for. And bitch, I got something to come back for. And I saw in January, there's a show, Kenyon Barris is putting on Netflix with Eddie Murphy, Nia Long, Jonah Hill, and Lauren London. You know we're going to talk about that, okay? So yeah, that's a lot of stuff that's going on. Okay, so for those of y'all who don't check my community wall, I'm in a movie. I did a movie for this church for Christmas, like a real movie. It's cute. It's a short film, and when I get the link, I'm going to put the link up so you guys can go and watch the film. I'm so excited about it. It's my first film, and guess what? The baby's in the film too. Zion is in the film. I'm so excited about him making his debuts, okay? So, yeah, that's what I got going on right now. I got a gig on Saturday. I got to go rehearse for that thing in about an hour and a half. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and I will holler at you the next time. Peace.